welcome back to another episode of Three at the Back. Today we have the full squad here, and we've also been on a break, which is something the Premier League should consider doing. But anyway, with these two gentlemen besides me, some teams will have played their 19th game of the year, which means mid-season prediction, lads. So today we are going to be talking about the three teams that are going down to the championship.
So there are some teams which look pretty obvious to go down, but there's two teams which I think we all can agree on: Newcastle and Norwich.
I think we all
Uh,
have agreed on that. I think we all agreed on that prior to filming that. The two teams that are going down are Newcastle and Norwich.
uh, Me and Dwayne, both you and I have spoken about this a lot. Norwich think they can just tiki-taka their way through the relegation battle.
It does not work like that. I mean, if you're a small team coming up to the Premier League, do you really expect to come and play ball against them? It doesn't work like that. I just don't understand the philosophy.
Yeah, I mean, such irresponsible owners, you could say. Newcastle.
Farhan, what about Newcastle, Farhan? How do you feel about Newcastle being relegated?
Honestly, look, I don't know. It's a curious case, right? At the moment, of course, they didn't start the season on the best note with Steve Bruce, but they've actually got worse after they've got that cash injection, and after they've got um, what's his name, the
Eddie
manager.
Howe.
Eddie
Eddie
Howe.
Howe. After they've got Eddie Howe, I've always thought Eddie Howe has been a class manager, but he's clearly not been able to work with this Newcastle team. And
I mean, not managing for 2 years, you might be rusty, wouldn't you?
yeah, of course, you'd be rusty, but I mean, you'd expect him to be up to speed. He's one of the most promising young English managers out there. But I think, honestly, y'all said it, Norwich. And I think Norwich is definitely going to finish last, go down into the championship. And to join them will definitely be Newcastle. It'll just be ironic and it'll be funny.
It'll be the
It'll
funniest
probably
thing
be
alive,
the
you know.
richest club in the history
I think
of
he'll.
football.
I think he'll do them.
Ever.
I think he'll do them
To
a
be in
ton
the
of good
championship.
as well.
I
I
think
think
it's
so.
gonna be
I think
hilarious.
they
You know,
can.
the
I
richest
think they
club in the
can.
world is in the second division of English football. I just can't get my head around it.
It's crazy, but I think it'll do them good. They will come back strongly again from the next season onwards, and I think they can look to establish themselves as a top 10 Premier League team for sure. But this season, I think they're going down. I think they've got the resources. Obviously, they've got the resources, and the manager. They've got a long-term project. So if these rich, spoiled owners will trust the manager to do a good job, even after relegation, I think Newcastle are in for a good future. But other than that, I'm just going to go ahead and talk about my prediction for the bottom three. And that's going to be Norwich, obviously. We've all come to a consensus on that. And I think we've come to a consensus on Newcastle as well. So I think the only area where we might differ is where I think Watford will actually finish 19th. And I have my reasons for that. I think Sean Dyche will never allow Burnley to uh, be relegated. And I think Leeds have it in their locker. They've had some good players. They've obviously with Marcelo Bielsa have good tactics. So I think Watford will join Newcastle and Norwich in being relegated.
What
Um,
do you think?
I'd have to agree on that. I think Leeds, once they get Calvin Phillips and Bamford back, hopefully sooner than later, they'll be sorted. Other than that, I think it's going to be Watford. I don't see that defense holding them up in the Premier League. And yeah, it's going to have to be Watford. As much as I like their front line, I think the defense is going to stop them from staying up.
Dwayne, who do you think?
Well, I agree with the Burnley. Burnley is not going to get relegated. Sean Dyche, it's been like this for like 3 years now. Sean Dyche does this and then they still somehow survive. GOAT manager Burnley or their whole club to him. Leeds, I agree with Aathif as well. Once Bielsa gets Bamford and Phillips back, and once they have a set lineup, I think they've had the most changes in the league from game to game. So once they have their set lineup, they'll start playing well. But I do disagree with Watford. I do think Watford have the potential to stay up because they do play. I mean, apart from them playing good football and having a bad defense, they actually do take the game to some teams, and they surprisingly play well against some bottom half teams. So I think that Watford will stay up. So my prediction is actually Southampton, because Hasenhuttl has done this before, where they get to January and they look okay. They look like they're on course to stay, and they just completely wreck ship and everyone abandons ship. So I think Southampton's going to go down. It's a bold prediction, but I really think that this is the year that Southampton's magic just runs out. No investment, and I think their form will falter come January. And we're going to see Southampton, Newcastle, and Norwich in my eyes relegated.
Bold predictions.
Norwich,
time will tell. Time will tell.
Yeah. So Norwich, Newcastle, and either of Watford or Southampton to go down this year is what the three of us have predicted.
That's what the three at the back have predicted, guys. Let's see at the end of the season. We'll probably have a review video on this as well. Dwayne?
Care to wager, lads? Care to wager?
Nah.
No. We can wrap up, Dwayne.
All right. So we'll see you when we discuss the top half and, the European contenders for three at the back.
Bye, guys.